Hello, thank you for joining us. My name is Dr. Marie-Christine Dix, and I am the lead chiropractor at Align Health Agency here in Jersey. And today we're speaking to my gorgeous friend, Kerrie-Anne Bradley, who is the owner of Pilates at Your Desk.
Hello.
KA is based in London, but she's a Jersey girl, and yeah, thrilled to have her because she's actually a little bit famous. She's going to be mortified.
No.
But she is. She's actually done some bits for Hello. She's doing something for Next. And what was the other one? The Times this week or last week. She's mortified. Anyway, welcome, KA. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about Pilates at Your Desk.
So Pilates at Your Desk is a corporate program of movement. Basically, I just go into offices, well, at the moment it's virtual, teach people how to sit properly on any chair, and then just give them loads of exercises that they can do either seated or standing at their desk. That's it in a nutshell.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And like, what got you into it? Like, I know, but like, I'm sure like our audience would love to know.
Well, I used to work as an economist before for lots of years. In fact, when I decided to change career, your sister had a very serious word with me about why I would be changing to do a hobby. Sorry, Julia-Anne, if you're watching. But anyway,
she's very serious, my sister.
So I, when I was working as an economist, I had like a whole shopping list of aches and pains, all to do with how I sat, how little I moved. I kind of sat a bit like a pretzel, like this.
Yeah, nice. That's nice.
I had sciatica, bad knees, bad shoulders, all the rest of it. Anyway, I started going to a Pilates class down the road from my office. I thought, oh, I quite like this. I'd done a bit of Pilates before that, after Ivy was born. That's my daughter. But then I was like, oh, quite like this. And then the teacher persuaded me that I was really good and that I should quit my job and retrain. But she was kind of just having me on a bit because I wasn't really that good at all. And it was like going from basically not being aware of the body at all to being thrown into the deep end. And just like, I was literally in the studio for, well, 7 days a week, like 10 hours a day and so on. And take a breath. And at that time, I didn't realise that I was going to be a teacher because I thought, oh, I'll just do it, see what I want to do. And then, because I didn't want to work in economics anymore anyway, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But then when I started working with bodies, I realised that actually I'd been looking at bodies my whole life because I used to sit on a bench like a pretzel in my lunch breaks in Jersey as well, watching people go by. And I just, through that, I just picked up loads of information about people's bodies and why they might move the way that they do and what that means about how their legs sit inside their hip sockets and all that kind of stuff. And so
like
I was like,
X-ray vision.
Actually, pardon?
Like X-ray vision. Like,
yes, I was like, oh, actually, I know this stuff. I'm going to do it. And I haven't looked back since.
Well, you're very good at what you do. So I feel very, very privileged to have you on. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, well, obviously this time is mental because everyone is sat at home like pretzels, as you know. I've already had a number of kind of clients calling, go, oh my God, when are you open? We really need to come in. Like, we're so broken. Tell me, like, what are your top tips? Like, what is your kind of main thing that you would be saying to clients who are struggling at the moment?
Well, I mean, there are a number of things really. I suppose we could look at how you sit, because obviously when you're in an office space or in your normal place of work, your desk will be set up in such a way to facilitate better sitting. And then when you're at home, you might be on the couch, or you might be at a table with a stool, or you may even be. Some people have told me they're working on ironing boards, so that's their desk.
Ooh.
Or you may even be sitting on your bed. And so it's about trying to find a way that keeps your bones stacked in the best way possible in these different scenarios. So the thing that I would always say to people is to try and get the foundation right. So if you're sitting on a stool or a sofa or whatever, to make sure you've got both feet flat on the floor. I mean, crossing your legs isn't terrible, but the problem is that we don't just cross our legs for, say, a minute and then you know, get into another posture. We'll sit there for hours on end, or we'll sit there, we'll get up, get a coffee, come back, sit like this again, and then over time it just creates imbalances between the right and the left hand side.
Yeah.
So if you can have your feet flat on the floor, then that's amazing. But a really good, I guess, it's a bony landmark, so that's handy. A good landmark to think of are the sit bones. So those bones underneath your bottom, you can kind of like move your bum, find them a bit. So you want to make sure that you're sitting up on those. Now, I don't advocate bed working, but if it's your only option, then if you can, I was trying to figure out, how would you do it on a bed? So the way that I've come up with, and Marie-Christine, you may have a different idea, but the way I've come up with is if you sit at the back of the bed, so your back's against the headboard or the wall, you cross your legs, so if you have your legs out in front of you, crossing your legs is comfortable, but you sit up on your sit bones. And then you layer the pillows or the cushions on top of you and have the laptop on the top of that. I think that's the best way that I can come up with for that particular situation.
I would agree. I would probably, from a chiropractic perspective, just to support them, I would probably stick a pillow in the small of their lower back so that it forces them, again, to have a better spinal nutrition, and then they shouldn't end up flipping.
Yeah, that's so... I can see that. The thing that I see when people put cushions, especially big ones like pillows, is that it just pushes their thoracic spine too far forwards to the middle bit of their back. And then if you just do it, stick your ribs forward, you can feel how it kind of puts a bit of pressure on the lower back. And so I understand the theory, but you know, what tends to happen is that the way we interpret an instruction is different to how the person giving it intended. And so sometimes if you just grab a cushion, then it might mean that it accentuates the lower back curve and therefore just pushes the ribs out. So yeah, you can, if it's maybe we could compromise if it's a little cushion.
Specifics.
Yeah.
Here's one I made earlier.
What are your sausage dogs? No.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure they'd be really comfortable and they'd love that. Okay, so that's good. So what if so I'm just thinking, a lot of people for my lot are saying they're working on sofas, which is just like terrible for me. So exercise-wise or kind of structure-wise, what would you be saying to them? Like, what are you finding has been really helpful for your clients?
Sitting on the sofa. So just trying to stack your bones in the same way. I guess if you can, sitting at the front of the sofa, so you're not tempted to do that. You know, if you do a bit of that, then don't tell yourself off about it. It's perfectly fine. Just try to sit more like this and less like this. The thing which is probably the best advice is to, at the start of each day, is to look in your calendar like you would just to see what meetings you've got on, and look for opportunities to schedule in movement breaks.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so if you make it a hard line in the diary, then you're more likely to do it, especially if it pops up and tells you movement break, then that's really good. So the most recent research on moving is that this is from a Monash in Australia paper. Says that for every 30 minutes you sit, you should get up and move for a couple of minutes. So it doesn't have to be like a jog around the block or legs over your head wherever you fancy. It could simply just be stand up, shake your body around, and then sit back down. Just wake things up. Yeah, exactly. Just resetting the body. So as much movement as you can get into the day is going to set you on a good path. Probably. So what I'm also seeing is that people are obviously they're sitting a lot more than they normally would because they don't have that commute. No. Okay, granted the commute's slightly smaller in Jersey, but still you're not walking. That's true though. Yeah. You've got the school drop. You are moving. You're in and out the car. Exactly. It's just the beginning of the day and the end of the day. Exactly. So you need to make more of a conscious effort. So if you can do those hard diary entries of when to move, and if you can't do it every 30 minutes, then just do whatever's possible. Again, try not to beat yourself up about it. If you link it, like I suppose if you link it to something you do regularly, so like if you're boiling the kettle, do it then. Or if you're going to the loo, let's face it, we all do need to go to the loo at some point. Yes. Do it then. So I have a client, Adele, if you are watching this, I'm pointing at you right now. Movement breaks. I've had this conversation with her about hardwiring, kind of some timing. Yeah. So this is for you. I'm going to tag you in this video afterwards, so you've got no excuse. She'll say hi. In fact, I'm sure Kerrie would be happy to do a little kind of session with you. She does one-on-ones, and she can give you some tips so that you can get off your backside and get loose. That's a great point about attaching it to stuff you already do. And I recently read a book by BJ Fogg called Tiny Habits, which I'd recommend to everyone watching this.
I think you mentioned this one to me,
it's a really lovely way of thinking about how to do things differently. So he talks about you need to have the motivation to do something, the ability to do something, and a prompt. So the thing you're talking about, attaching it to the things you already do, that's like a prompt, I suppose. So I tried to do this myself a bit. So I was wanting to do more planks. Yeah, I appreciate that's a bit weird, but that's what I wanted to do. So every time, this is in the old days when you could go outside, so I attached a plank to every time I press go on the coffee machine, to when I turned the tap on to run the bath for my daughter's bath, and when I put my bike in the kitchen. So quite a lot normally. So, and then I just do a 1 minute plank. So I did 3 planks a day. I drink more than 1 coffee, but I just did it for the first time.
I get the understanding. And did you find, like, how long did you do that for? And did you find that it actually like made a difference? Because little and often is actually, from a chiropractic perspective, like where the kind of gold is at. Like, it's just consistency.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure whether, because I do lots of other stuff as well, I'm not sure whether I could tell you whether that thing in isolation made a difference, but I definitely stuck to it. So and I did improve my endurance, so I could plank for longer. But then so it did work. But my husband does it as well. He does upper back extension every time he gets a coffee. So that's really good.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in your kitchen. I think that's just be like,
she's used to it now, but her parents are a little bit odd. But great thing. So if you could attach movements when you brush your teeth twice a day. I assume 2 minutes at a time. So you could do squats for 2 minutes, or heel lifts, or I don't know, shaking it out. I mean, that might be tricky when you're brushing your teeth.
Washing your hands, seeing as we are all meant to be washing our hands like 50 times a day at the moment. Perfect opportunity to be doing some squats, lunges, one leg stands, whatever it may be.
Exactly. If you have a glass of water on your table rather than the bottle, then you get up more often to get water. Yeah. Also, when you're taking calls, if you walk around rather than sit to take the calls. Yeah.
That's good. Oh, this is fab. I like these tips. So tell me kind of the sort of clients that you deal with normally. Like, you're doing a lot in corporate, obviously.
Yeah, so I've got quite a mixed bag of clients, really. All super lovely, in case anyone are watching. No, but you are. So I've got the corporate stuff, and then I spend probably between 20 and 30 hours a week doing one-to-ones and group classes, duets, that sort of thing. So I work with a lot of people with injuries or medical conditions. So muscular dystrophy, Parkinson's, osteoporosis, arthritis, things like that. Injuries like skiing injuries, back knees. Diastasis recti from having babies. That's
split in the tummy for anyone who doesn't know what that is. The stomach muscle split.
Yes.
I have a lady who actually this week who'd I think would really benefit from seeing you for that. I need to refer her.
That's so kind of you. I'm going to be inundated with Marie-Christine patients. Marie-Christine patients. So I do that, and then I've got a few mat classes, and it's kind of like a mashup, really. It's not a strict hard 34, I think it's 34 mat class. I do quite a lot of standing stuff, because I think, well, we stand quite a lot of the time, so I always do a lot of standing exercises, and then it's down on the floor doing your abs and your bums and your extension, all the rest of it. And I also have an Instagram account where I share videos, so they're always 10 minutes or less, and it's just like stand up, get yourself, throw your arms around, do some squats.
I love your little videos, your little dancing movement ones. And Ivy, Kerrie-Anne's daughter, often joins in and shows us kind of her dance moves.
Yeah, she's a raver. Interestingly, this is off topic, but she told me the other day that she's going to go to a nightclub when lockdown's over. She's 8, by the way. And she said, and I said, oh, what you can do at the nightclub? And she said, well, just girls go to the nightclub and we sing on karaoke and we dance to music and we have popcorn. So
right.
That's what
a different kind of nightclub that I'm used to. Must be a new thing. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I'll go to that nightclub.
Amazing. So I don't know how to put your Instagram page up, but I've just popped Kerrie-Anne's Pilates for Your Desk page, which tells you a lot about what she does. I know one-to-ones. If you had kind of questions, KA is amazing with kind of conditions like the arthritises and the one she's mentioned, like Parkinson's, lots of things where people, I suppose from my perspective, people are a bit scared of movement. KA is such a safe teacher, and there's so much you can do, even if you're starting from kind of like no understanding. There's loads. They're simple, they're effective, and they'll be really helpful. So yeah.
And it works okay on virtually as well.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I've got a bit of a BDI, well, 2 actually. So I've surprised myself that actually virtual teaching works as well as it does. Yeah, I think, have you been doing any remote
I have. I was a bit weirded out by it. Thinking, how am I going to do kind of chiropractic consults without being able to feel? But it is amazing what you can actually feel, as long as you've got a good enough camera and things, and as long as your instructions are clear enough and the client knows what you're trying to get them to do, that can always be interesting. I'm like, no, the other way.
Yeah, you definitely got to use your voice a lot more, haven't you?
Yeah.
I did think, maybe I'm a bit of a lazy teacher in real life, because I use my hands quite a lot, and I'm like, oh, I nearly swore there, but I didn't. How do I describe this? It's actually quite tiring, isn't it?
It is, but I suppose it makes us better practitioners in the long run if our communication skills improve. Yeah. Oh, well, amazing. Thank you so much. So I'm just thinking about other top tips or other things, pieces of advice that would be helpful for our clients during this time. I mean, we've gone through kind of desk setup. The ironing board tip was actually a really good one. I hadn't considered that one. For people who want
the thing about your standing to work, just be mindful. What I see quite a lot, standing desks, people end up leaning on one leg.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
As much as possible, try and stand evenly on both legs. A way to kind of look at that is if you kind of do a bit of weight shifting to start with, and then you sort of stop in the middle somewhere. Yeah. Just watch out for that, because I've had a few clients in the past who've got standing desks at work or ironing boards now, and they'll say, oh, my hip's hurting, and then they'll say, have you been leaning? No, and then I'm leaving. And they're like this against the wall. Like, oh, right, okay.
It's so true. So I treat a lot of hairdressers, actually, and hairdressers are notorious. Obviously, they're standing.
Yeah.
And they're doing this, like blow drying all day long. And then they all come in with whichever side their main side is, that side sciatica or kind of pins and needles. And like, yeah, okay. So you need to balance. If you catch yourself, you need exactly the sway thing. Just be a bit more body aware. But I think most people don't even realize like how much they are out, I suppose. A good one we get them to do is stand in front of the mirror in their underwear and just look. And they're like, I show people and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, how have I not noticed that? And I'm like, I don't know either, to be fair, like this.
But I don't know about you, though, Marie-Christine, because I'm the same as you, but then I actually find it hard to look at myself and see. So I don't know whether it's easier to see it on someone else than it is yourself.
I think so. You're probably right. I think our brains will, because we're so used to looking at ourselves, it just filters kind of changes. Otherwise, we'd be kind of stressed out the whole time. Go, why does that look different? Why does that look
why am I not? My dad, he's a painter and decorator, and he's got this. Hi, Dad, if you see this, but he's got this really great like front and back posture. So he has, he's got very nice front to back posture. But then, because he's a painter, he leans on one side. So so it's quite amazing how much your job can impact the way that you hold yourself. I did some work with a brewery company, Camden Town Brewery. I don't know if you have that beer in Jersey.
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard. Well, I've no Camden.
what was amazing was all the guys, the brewers, they all had sciatica. Well, not all of them had sciatica, but many of them did. And lazy hamstrings. And the reason is because they're wearing steel toe cap boots. And so because it's very wedged at the back, they've just got their weight forward like this the whole time. Because their pelvis has to go somewhere, it goes forward, gripping the bum, sciatica and all that. So it's really interesting where you see like the similarities, body sort of issues between people in similar jobs, like you say, your hairdressers and so on. It's quite fascinating, really, if you like that kind of thing.
There's like, we're quite geeky though, KA. We're probably like a bit of a funny group.
True.
So
I'm not a geek, excuse me.
I get dentists and dental nurses are another one for me, because dentists, obviously, they sit like this all day long, and I can guarantee a dentist will come in and they'll be like, I've just got a little bit of a tweak, and I'm like, you are literally like an S-shaped bend coming the whole way up. Now, that's a career I'd be really kind of urging anyone who goes into that, just be a chiropractor, go to Pilates, do the body stuff. Otherwise, you're just going to be in bits like further down the line. Like, so hello to my dentist, my dental nurses. You'll be like, yeah, that's me. What other? There's something else.
It's so weird because the way that the film is, I keep thinking my head's like tilted, so then I keep tilting it even more, but I need to tilt it. Oh yeah,
no, it just makes you look like you're going inward slightly. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Is there anything else you kind of want to add in to kind of people? I think we've covered quite a bit today, but I know there's a wealth of knowledge in that head of yours that you'll be like, oh, I should have told you about this. And
well, do you want me to run through a couple of like I don't know, exercises? Could do either moving the spine or some shoulder release stuff or something like that.
Yeah, that's quite good. So some thoracic release stuff for people who are at their desks. I know over here we're kind of heading out of lockdown, but I know for a lot of companies, a lot of their staff are still going to be working from home. So again, anything that we can kind of do to help people just stay loose and limber.
All right.
Amazing.
Cool. Let's have a look then.
All right.
Okay, right. If you just tap the back of your armpits, looks quite funny, but anyway. So you're going to move from where you just tapped. So if you just push your shoulders up to your ears from where you just tapped, and then take them back and melt them down, you should feel that the movement, do it again, is coming from the back of your armpits rather than the tops of your shoulders.
Okay.
I hope so. And then back. And then go the other way. So push your arms back, lift them up to your ears, and then roll them forward. And do it a couple more times. This is just to warm up, and then we'll do some like front crawl / backstroke. Yes. Good. If you pop your hands on your shoulders like this, and then you're going to just do, it's like a funny front crawl. So you bring one elbow forward and then the other, but look towards the back elbow, and then you get a bit of thoracic rotation in there as well.
Okay.
A little bit noisy, isn't it?
This is highlighting how much I need an adjustment, actually.
Okay, that sounded like I don't know. Anyway, backstroke. So now you take your elbow back and look towards the back elbow. You're trying to keep equally weighted on both sit bones. So don't shift your hips side to side. Good. Okay. And then just come to the centre, and then you might just want to roll your shoulders a couple of times. It's quite nice, isn't it?
It's nice. It's nice. Nice on the neck as well.
What I really love is like a take your jumper off stretch. Don't take your jumper off, your top off, Marie-Christine. That would be inappropriate. But you're going to put one arm in front of the other arm, and you're going to take your arms all the way up to your ears like you're taking your jumper off, and then stretch your arms out behind you. It's like a good morning stretch.
That's good.
And then the other arm goes on the top.
Simplicity of these. I love the simplicity of these because they can be done. Sorry, I love the simplicity. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so going back to that BJ Fogg book, the thing was ability, and I often find that if you make things too complicated, people aren't going to do it. So the easier it is, the more accessible it is, the more likely you are to do it. Let's do one more of those each way. And quite frankly, I just haven't mastered all the difficult stuff yet, so I couldn't possibly. And then all the way around.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that.
I'm joking. Well, we're always learning. There's always more stuff to learn. I can do some of the difficult stuff, but There's always stuff to learn, right? Even the best people still need to learn stuff. Not that I'm saying I am the best. Hands on your knees. Right.
Okay.
I'm going to rotate to, well, it's my left, but I'm not sure what it's coming up on the screen. So I don't know if it's a mirror image or not. I can't quite work it out. So I'm going to turn left, pull my left hand towards me and push my right one away. Okay. So rotate. And then you come back to center and then use your hands to go the other way. So you go right, pull your right hand towards you and push your left one away. And come back to center. And just do that one more time each time. Make sure that you keep your bum bones down. So it's just a spinal rotation, not pelvis as well. Good. And then the other way. And come back to center. And then a favorite one is just a little like wibble. It's not really a technical term, obviously. Just a term. Oh, this is a good. This one, where you just bring your legs in and out like that, leg wafting, but that's not very appropriate name. So, like Charleston legs.
Yeah, Charleston legs. That sounds slightly.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
if you're on like a video conference call or something, and you know you've seen on social media people wearing their PJs on the bottom because people can only see your top half. Well, that's a good place to do Charleston legs because if you're just moving your leg bones in and out like this and your hip sockets, no one can see that you're moving from the waist up.
Yeah, good.
So that's a good one.
Blood flow to the lower limbs, gets up the muscles and everything oxygenated.
Yes, exactly. And then this one as well, I think, some good old leg hugs. So if you can't grab in front of your knee, you can always go behind your thigh. Can you see me doing that? Is my name in?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Okay. So you're just giving your legs some good old hugs. And it kind of just makes you feel nice anyway. Because, you know, your legs need a hug once in a while.
These are great. I like these. These are doable. And I could probably encourage most of my clients to do these without too much kind of moaning and groaning. So that's good.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's kind of just like simple stuff that you do anyway, but you're just putting a bit more focus on it. We didn't do any side stretching, did we? Did we do a side bend? All right, okay. Let's go for a little side bend. So if you reach your arms up above your head, grab hold of your right wrist, and then side bend over to your left. So keep your right sit bone down on the chair. Yeah, there you go. Come back up to center, and then switch over and go to the other side. Keep the other sit bone down on the chair. Good, and then just do one more of those each side. I think I've already done quite a few side bends today. So I'm not going the whole hog. You don't need to go into a full side bend. You keep it quite small and increase each time you go. Good, and then come back and just have a little wiggle. Do you want a little thing for strengthening your butt muscles? Where, you know, the muscles around your sit bones.
Glute activation, Yeah,
we'll call them the smile muscles. You know, the horizontal bit underneath your bum where the sit bones are. So you're just going to squeeze those bits together so you'll bob up in your chair and then release them and squeeze and release. It's really good for, well, as you know, Marie-Christine, these muscles are very important for pushing your legs forward when you walk. So it's great for strengthening. Also make sure you have a peachy bottom. I always say that with like, should I say that? Because actually mine isn't that. Right. Yeah, peachy bottom. Good for your inside thighs too. Strengthening them. And a bit of pelvic floor as well. Yeah. Good. And you can go more quickly. And obviously at home you could be doing this. Don't do it all day long, but you can do this without having to worry about how much of a silly sausage you look like.
And maybe don't do it in meetings either. You know, that could be a little bit.
No, that might look a little bit odd.
Yeah, just stick to the leg planning.
Unless you announce it. Right, guys, I'm doing my sit bone squeezes. You can do it, so I always say in my workshops, you can do it on the tube, but I know that doesn't apply to you guys, but because tubes move up and down like that.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be actually that noticeable. And anyway, in London you can get away with kind of looking like a weirdo and no one pays attention. In London you can get away with looking like a weirdo and no one really pays much attention anyway. So.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. So I think because we've been squeezing our sit bones together, we should just maybe stretch them apart as well. Okay. So we'll do a bit of a hinge. I wonder if I should go. No, it'll be okay. So it's like a Sharon Stone moment in a way. You've got your legs wide apart. I'll go sideways for my dignity. Right. So you sat up like that. You're going to hinge forward from the bottom of your pelvis. So you walk to the front of your sit bones. Sit bones will come apart, and then you go back on top of the sit bones, and then you hinge forwards and backwards. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Nice. Good.
Nice one for the hips as well. It's a hip opener as well.
Exactly. If you take it into a backwards hinge, So you can go forward, and then through centre, and then backwards.
Open. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, beautiful. Good.
Lovely.
I don't know. What else? That's quite a few, isn't it? Oh, do you want a little hamstring stretch? I suppose people are always getting tight hamstrings out there.
If you can do an easy one, that people can kind of do simply.
So, for those of you with flexible hamstrings, this probably won't feel so much. So I'll give you a variation. Right, so if you sit yourself at the edge of your chair, can you see my feet, Marie-Christine?
Not really. You might need to go a little bit further back.
You see them now?
Yeah, just.
Okay. So you've got your legs together, and you just walk to the edge of your chair, so you've sort of got your sit bones on the end, and then you just stretch your leg out in front of you and pull your toes back. Remember to pull the little toes back as well. That might feel like a hamstring stretch. If you've got quite flexible hamstrings, it might not be that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do, so you can just.
That's a really nice one for sciatica. So, like for anyone who's got sciatica, that's a really nice one. Well, I say nice. It feels niggly, but it's a lovely way to stretch the sciatic nerve and just floss it to get it moving a bit better.
That's the alternative. Yeah. When you do it, you want to make sure that your bum's not tucked under like that. So you want to keep the sit bones pointing down and pelvis in neutral, for those of you who know about that from Pilates. Pull your little toes back. And then if you feel, I could go a bit further, then you can go back to that hinge that we did before, where we hinged our bodies forwards on the front of our sit bones. Yeah. Ooh, my hamstrings are a bit tight, actually. And that's a good one. The hinge, Marie-Christine, is also good for sciatica because it loosens if it's a piriformis induced sciatica, because it just loosens the muscles around the sit bones, which in turn plays out. So where you're hinging forward like that,
you're stretching.
Exactly. Yeah. It's good to do it on all fours as well, with your legs apart, so they're like at the width of a mat or something. Stick your bum out as much as you can. And then go back towards your feet, thinking of separating your sit bones as you go back. So yeah. That's always gets a tick for the sciatic people, from the sciatica people. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So that little routine, I mean, that would take 10 minutes? It doesn't even take 10 minutes with that. And you can split it up through the course of your day, your movement sessions, so that you could be doing kind of one with your tea break, the next one when you go to the loo, the next one when you do something else. You just spread them so you don't feel like you're overloading yourself.
Exactly. And if all else fails, then just stand up and have a shake break. Don't worry about all the rest of the stuff. If it's too much to remember, just shake it out and that'll be fine. Oh, I do have one more thing to share with you, which is my favourite thing.
Okay.
Right. So you're just going to be a big star.
I've seen you do this one before.
I got it from Ivy's tap class. And then a little ball.
I'll try not to nut myself.
And a big star. And a little ball. One more time. A big star.
I currently have builders outside walking past.
Pardon?
My builders are looking at me thinking, what is she doing? And she's doing these weird moves. Oh God, I think I'm there.
Well, the thing is, we've got to get the whole world doing it, and then it's normal. It's just like looking at yourself in the mirror and not realizing you're squiffy. You'll be moving, and then normalize it and spread it.
You do stuff with kids, like kids workshops and things, or school workshops.
Do you know what? I gave it a go. It wasn't for me.
Oh yeah, they probably don't listen as much as you want them to, but even if little routines like this to do, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would. Do you know, it's I think yeah, there are some people out there who are made to teach children. I'm not one of them.
Know yourself, know your
I could
businesses.
quite easily, happily advise anyone on a little routine if they wanted to go and teach Pilates to kids. That would be fun. But yeah, no, I didn't have the patience. Yeah.
Better without it. Well, thank you so much. You've gone through loads of us today, and I'm just conscious of time because I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I'm going to pop your website back up again, so if anyone has got any questions on what they saw today, or is like, do you know what, that looked amazing, I want some kind of specifics, contact KA through her website, and please check her out on Instagram. She does so much there. Like, she's amazing. There's videos go up every day, little movement ones, her star, her little dance off, and you'll see Ivy doing a bit of raving as well, which is always good to cheer anyone up.
Thank you.
That's all right. Thank you again.
Maybe we should have a live rave where we can both, and bring Ivy, maybe Julia-Anne will come, and we can have just a dance off like this in this situation. Amazing.
I might stick Julia-Anne at front because that always makes me laugh when Julia-Anne dances. Sorry, Boo.
Kerrie-Anne, Marie-Christine, Julia-Anne, all the double barrels.
All the double barreled ones. All the lunatics. Oh, thank you so much, KA. It was great speaking to you. And hopefully we'll chat again soon.
Take care, lovely.
Bye, lovely. Speak soon. Thanks.
Thank you.